Instant match reaction. It finishes at Old Trafford. Manchester United 6, Leeds United 2. Yes, you heard that right. Manchester United have absolutely battered Leeds United today in a game which means so much to them. So much to them. And a rivalry which means so much. They've waited 16 years for this game just to get battered. Like, Leeds United, stay in your lane. Yes, you may play some great football. I admire the way you play and the way you set up. But thinking that you were going to get a result today, not a chance. And Manchester United proved that today by netting 6 goals against them. It's incredible, and this has to be one of our best performances of the season so far. Because, you know, at home we've had some tricky games. You know, some we've struggled. At the start of the season, obviously, Crystal Palace, you know, Spurs. We talk about some horrible results, which I don't want to mention. But today at home was a different Manchester United. The football we were playing, the goals we were scoring, the stuff we were creating, it was brilliant. I don't know where that has been all like so far this season, the other games. I don't know where it's been. Yes, we've had some great away performances. Away form, fantastic. But home form were dreadful this season. But today, you know, we were different gravy. And to be honest, I don't know why that is. Maybe it was because Leeds, and obviously we have a rivalry with Leeds. But, you know, everyone played well. Even Scott McTominay had a good performance. And when that happens, you know you've had a good day and a good performance. Scott McTominay made history today. When would I ever say that? Scott McTominay scored 2 goals in a matter of 2 minutes, and no one has ever done that in the Premier League. Scott McTominay done that, and he today was impressive. When he was in the team, of course, a lot of us were like, nah, of course he's in, it's Ole's number 1 pick, you know, we were expecting it. But the performance he made today, we were not expecting. He was fantastic today, and, you know, I just hope we see this McTominay every week, because, you know, he was confident going forward. I don't think I saw McTominay, like, he probably did, but I didn't see him make a backwards pass. He was going forward, he was making runs, and, you know, the whole performance today was brilliant. But, you know, making history like McTominay did is just brilliant stuff. And let's talk about the lineup, because, you know, going into the game, we were speculating what we would see, really. Would we see Pogba? Would Van der Beek get in? Would Cavani get in? But the team was obviously De Gea in net. I was expecting that. Then it was a back four of Luke Shaw over Telles. It was Lindelof, Maguire and Wan-Bissaka. In the middle, of course, it was McTominay and Fred. But we were expecting that, weren't we? Of course, that's Ole's number 2. That's what he goes with every single time. He feels like he's going to be in trouble, and he just wants to be comfortable. So he put them 2 there, and then he put, obviously, ahead of him, Bruno, on the left, Rashford, on the right, Dan James, which switched in the first 10 minutes, I think. I think that was a tactical decision by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And then up front, Anthony Martial. And that was the team going into the game. And in the first half, in the first 5 minutes, Manchester United were 2-0 up. McTominay double. It was fantastic play. The first goal, what a strike by McTominay. And I know I'm talking about McTominay a lot, but he's not going to get many mentions on this video. So, you know, when he has a good performance, you got to talk about it. So the first goal, brilliant. What a smash. In the first minute or 2, we go 1-0 up. And from then you think, you know, will Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stay going forward, or will he sit back a bit and see how the game goes? But he continued going forward, and it was a great pass by Rashford, I think, or Martial, into McTominay, and the touch and the finish, the confidence he had today to get that second goal was brilliant. And, you know, he's a Manchester boy. I'm happy for him today, because, you know, not often McTominay will have these performances. Well, I hope he does from now on, but not often it will happen. So today, it really, really good. And then, you know, we go up the field again, and it's 3-0. It's actually 3-0. Bruno Fernandes nets a goal, and, you know, from there it's plain sailing, really. I know the scoreline was 6-2, and, you know, Leeds got back in it after our 4th goal, I think. It was Lindelof scored from a header. It was crossed in, and you're not going to get a simpler header than that. Lindelof nets in, and that's 4-0. And then they go up, score a corner, and that's one thing. There's 3 things I want to talk about that I wasn't really happy about today, but I'll talk about that after I talk about the basics of the game. So then it's 4-1. We go into our half-time 4-1 up. Really impressive. And, you know, when we've gone ahead in the first half, we've never lost. Well, we haven't lost in a certain amount of games. It's really impressive record. It's like 300 and something games where we've been leading and we haven't lost after half time. And then we go 5-1 up. It's really impressive stuff. Who was it? Who scored the 5th goal? Who scored the 5th goal? Oh yeah, Bruno Fernandes nets a penalty to make it 5-1, and then that's who scored actually. Sorry about that. That's Bruno Fernandes made it 5-1, and then Leeds make it 5-2 with a fantastic finish. But Fred was backing off, so it wasn't really. It wasn't a good goal. It was a fantastic goal, but it could have been stopped. And then Dan James even gets on in the act, goes forward, and the goalkeeper should save it. But I was happy for Dan James today because he had a really good game as well. He had a few moments where you thought he could have made some better decisions, but that's Dan James for you. He'll probably, he'll make more bad decisions than good ones throughout a game. So then he nets a goal, and we go 6-2 up. And from there, we just settled down. Subs come on, I think. Van der Beek, Cavani, and someone else came on. And we finished on the game 6-2. It's really impressive stuff for Manchester United, and just to dominate Leeds, put them back in their place, it's just something you love to see. But some of the things that concern me yet again: corners. Zonal marking does not work. You need to man mark. I don't know how often corners are scored against us to make Ole Gunnar Solskjaer realise that zonal marking doesn't work. He needs to go to man marking because these set pieces we are conceding, it's going on and on and on, and he needs to stop because, we could have had a clean sheet today. We could have, both of the goals could have been stopped. Just imagine a 6-0. Just imagine that. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. That's one of my concerns. Another concern was Wan-Bissaka today. He's been caught a lot of times napping. He's always on that left side. He always allows a player to come in and have a chance. He's never aware of the player behind him. And that's happened a few games in a row now. So Wan-Bissaka's going to have to switch on about that. And this final thing was the goals, as I said, which could have been stopped. I think, we need to have some more clean sheets. I think De Gea deserves some clean sheets. He made some really impressive saves today, so I think he deserved a clean sheet, which could have been stopped. But, fair play to Leeds today. The football they play is brilliant. They make you play football. A game against Leeds, it doesn't matter who it is, it will be an entertaining game. I just wish a lot more teams played like Leeds, because you'll have much more entertaining games. You'll have a load of goals in each game, and I knew we were going to have goals in this game. I just knew it because the way Leeds play and the way we play, it was going to be a good match. So, fair play to Leeds. They are our rivals. I'm glad we beat them today, and I'm glad we humbled them. But at the end of the day, it was a great performance for Manchester United. As I said, it's one of our best performances of the season. So then we get on to my player ratings. David De Gea, solid 7 today. I thought he was brilliant. He made some really crucial saves with his legs. I think it was one in the second half, which was really impressive. So Wan-Bissaka, average performance yet again. He's getting an average after every performance nowadays because he's been a bit inconsistent really recently. I hope he gets back to better form, but he was caught napping for one of the chances he should have scored. Rafinha, I think it was, on the end of it, and it was a great save by De Gea. That was the one I was on about. Fantastic world-class save to deny Rafinha. So he gets a 5. Lindelof gets an 8 for me. He's deserved that goal. Recent performances, Lindelof has been brilliant. He's been absolutely brilliant. He's been like that shining light in the defence because our defence is poor. We're not going to win titles with this defence. As much as I wish we could go on and win a title this season, as much as we're in it right now, for me, we're in a title race so far this season with how well we're doing and how close we are to Liverpool. But, he's our one shining light in the defence. Maguire gets a 6 for me. He was alright today. I think I noticed Lindelof more than him, but that has been a lot recently in recent games, so he's going to get a 6 for me. A good performance from him, but I don't know of Maguire really. You really don't know, do you? Sometimes he has a good performance, then he has a crap performance. So he's going to get a 6. Left back Luke Shaw, solid average day for me. Gets a 6. Going forward, it didn't really have much going on, but defensively, I thought it was okay. I think the whole defence played well today. I think, we didn't let Leeds through too much. They had a few chances in the first half, and but they were always going to have chances just because the way they play. You can't stop it sometimes because they always like going forward. And even when they were 6-2 down, they were still going for it. And that's what I admire about Leeds. I admire that. But, at the end of the day, Luke Shaw gets a 6. In the middle, McTominay, I'm going to give McTominay a 9 out of 10 performance today, just because he made history, just because of that, and he had a great performance as well. We criticise McTominay, we always do, but if he performs like this every week, I'll be more than glad because he needs to be consistent. Now Pogba's away, now he looks like he's going to be going in the summer. McTominay might have to be in there, he might have to, and if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, rates him that much, then he will be playing, so he needs to just be consistent now. because he's not been consistent recently. He's been a bit everywhere, really, hasn't he? And he never really has a good performance. But today, he was a changed man, and it was a McTominay show, really, in my opinion. So he gets a solid 9 out of 10. Fred, I'm going to give a 7 today. You know, his energy in midfield always gives us a bit of a ride going forward. You know, always makes us positive, and always, you know, he's a reliable man in midfield. Yeah, at the start when he joined Manchester United, he was really poor for like a ton of games. He was really poor, but this season he's been really good. And when he's in that midfield, you know, he just covers the whole midfield. It's really, really good. So I'm going to give him a 7. Martial today, I'm going to start with Martial. He's going to get... I want to give him a 7 just because it was one of his better performances this season. I know he didn't score, but the runs he was making, the passes he was making, the space he was getting in, brilliant today. I thought, you know, Martial just needs to add goals because 2 of his goals today, he could have had 4 goals. He could have had 4 goals today. And that's the frustrating thing because, you know, 2 of the shots he had, you think, how is he missing that? That's what you think because it's so close to goal. And, you know, I think I would have had a good chance of scoring that. So I'm going to give him a 7 today. I'm going to give him a 7. I think it was a much better performance than he has done recently. So it's a positive for me. Dan James, going to give him a 7 as well. Coming into the squad, he hasn't played in I don't know how long. I don't know how long it's been since he last played a game. But, Dan James was brilliant today. I thought going forward, as I said in a while back in the video, you know, he can have decisions where, you know, he passes it one side, but the other side was a free man, you know. So yeah, it was a good goal by Dan James as well. He deserved it, but for me, he's going to get a 6 for me today. Dan James, you could up to a 7, but you know, it was a pretty average performance from me. Then I'm going to give Rashford a solid 8 out of 10. Yet again, Rashford is wonderful. He is an insane player. Rashford is underrated, and I think he's one of the better players in the league. You know, his pace, his finishing is acceptable. It's really, really acceptable. So he's going to get an 8 for me. And then Bruno Fernandes, I haven't had him yet. He's going to get a 9 for me today. Again, just on level with McTominay. I feel like today, of course, another double for Bruno. He keeps on scoring. Another penalty. But that first goal he scored was brilliant. It was a really, really good first goal for me. And he just keeps on scoring. He keeps on performing. And he's going to keep on getting 8s and 9s every game. Because, you know, the form he's on right now is incredible. But finally, guys, the manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today, you know, he made some bold decisions, but at the end of the day, it worked. So I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 today. I thought changing James and Rashford round was the right decision, and at the end of the day, his selections worked well. They worked wonderful, and adding James to the mix today was brilliant as well. So, you know, a great performance from Manchester United. Hopefully, we can move on now. I don't know who we have next. I have to check, but, you know, I think it's another really, really hard and difficult tie, and, you know, we just need to keep on winning. We just need to keep on winning. Don't focus on the table, but for me, we are right in there for a title challenges. But tell me what you guys think down below. Tell me your thoughts on the game. But Leeds United, you got humbled today.